Right. The Commander class. It is...
I wasn't ready.
The Commander class. We have had 7 commanders over time, going year by year. Siege Jetfire, Earthrise Skylynx, Kingdom Rodimus, Legacy Motormaster, Legacy Evolution Armada Optimus, Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus, and Legacy United Magmatron. Now, by the time that this video comes out, it's probably going to be completely null and void because we will have seen 86 Optimus and I will cry myself to sleep. But if not, then this is all the commanders we know about. But the commander price point is £90, roughly, depending on where you buy it from. And that leads us nicely into our sponsor. No, we don't have a sponsor.
Not yet.
Right, what do you think of the commanders?
I like them. They're expensive.
They are expensive.
And I like giving a lot of money to Joe Hasbro. So
Yes.
they work for me. Of the ones I've bought, Magmatron, Armada, Prime, and I've got a Shattered Glass Jetfire, they work. We'll go through why each one's different and are they really worth that price. But I think it's getting better over time. As we go left to right, it gets better. Magmatron being the best, obviously.
I think that it's probably the best price point at the moment. Not in terms of bulk figures, but the fact that we have 2 event figures each year, roughly, being one Titan, which is this huge spectacle, and a Commander, which is a slightly more reasonable thing, of just an increased quality. It's been something that I've enjoyed getting year by year since Kingdom Rodimus, and then backlogging all the rest this year because I'm a pleb. But what is the Commander class? Like, beyond the actual factor of they are big toys, there's a lot of variation in the size of these guys. He's enormous, he's even bigger, he's tiny with lots of stuff, he is weird, he's big-ish, he's not very big, and he's kind of in between. Shut up. I've not played with him enough to know that.
No.
I will borrow my own eventually, possibly, maybe, definitely.
At TFN.
Yeah.
I'll force him.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
You'll see us there. So, we are here to figure out which of these really exemplifies what the Commander class is really about. And I think we should start doing that year by year. So let's start off
Go for it.
with Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Commander class Jetfire.
Am I interrupting something?
I like this man! He was the first big commander that I ever got. And like, of course, I got him from you. The full review is up already.
Go watch it.
Yeah,
Why haven't you already? Come
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
on. I remember when you got him, and then you got home and sent me countless pictures, not only of
yeah.
yourself, but of Jetfire.
Yes, yes. I had clothes on.
For most of them. But most of the content of those pictures and comments that were made was how big he is and how good he was.
Yeah.
I know you've wanted this figure for a long time, so...
Yeah. This is the BWC. This is the big white commander. Alright? It is the very first one that they did, and it was when they were still kind of figuring out what they wanted to do with the commander class, I feel. He's very light. He's hollow.
Well, some of that's due to transformation, though, is it not?
Oh yeah,
The
some
legs
of
have
it's due
something.
to transformation, but I feel like...
No, I know what you're saying, because
Yeah,
I felt the
the,
exact same. I still don't pick up my Jetfire much because he looks good, but he doesn't exactly feel good to play with.
And this is bearing in mind with all of the accessories attached. Almost all of the accessories. He does come with blast effects, of course. Siege were the progenitors of blast effects for the kicked off the War for Cybertron trilogy, and he comes with his iconic ones, you know, the big spiky boys. I'll be honest, I don't really use them as much as the regular ones. I think the mainstay with this guy that was so shocking for me, and probably for a lot of other people, is he is this big, and he also comes with so many accessories.
Yeah, I feel like if we got a commander class now, like Magmatron does feel a lot nicer. He's a lot more heavier and solid, and I feel like I could break him or play with him properly. But I don't feel like we would get as many accessories as this.
Yeah, this feels like there was so much integrated into it. For one thing, it feels really high value for what you get, but also like they were still brainstorming and figuring out what a commander should be. Now this one you have not handled at all, have you?
Nope. This is my first time actually seeing one in person, so
Yes.
I'm not going to be able to give... Well, I can give you first impressions.
Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Commander Class Skylynx. He is my most recent purchase. As for commanders, I have still gotten far too many this month. I love him. I love him so very much. He didn't come complete. I'm missing 2 of the blast effects. He does have the blast effects that came with Siege Omega Supreme. If you're familiar with those, get familiar, because every other commander that comes with blast effects comes with those. I'll be honest, I like them more than Jetfire because of the use, but this guy, a lot of the issues with Jetfire he seems to rectify. Physically, he is not as large. In terms of actual space he takes up, because he's quadrupedal and he's got massive wings, he is bigger. But like, feel that is much denser.
Yeah, there's a lot more weight in the Lynx part of it.
Yeah, the way that this one kind of falls behind, it feels really solid, it's really dense, it's got a lot of plastic on the go, it's got a lot of this, that, and the other. The actual posing, the joints, everything like that, they feel more compromised in this guy. The wings, like if you move them wrong, they do come off, although because the camera's on, they're not going to do what I don't want them to do, so thank you. And I did have to go at them with some joint tightener.
Do you feel like those are QC issues or issues of the figure?
I have seen numerous reports of those issues being across the board with this guy, which is irritating.
Yeah,
nonetheless,
definitely at the
but-
£90 price.
Yeah. What he misses out on with that, he just makes up for in the look, which is gorgeous, obviously, and just the actual weight. This guy's heavy. He feels like a more accomplished package, but there are issues with the actual build that hold me back from saying he is better than Jetfire. I'd say he's on par. He's amazing, but so is Jetfire in his own way.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Controversy. Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Commander Class Rodimus Prime. You weren't in the picture when this guy released, were you?
Nope.
No.
Actually, just recently, 1 year of collecting has just
True.
passed. So
True. Everyone was really angry with this thing because we'd had those 2 huge things, and then we get this. This is like Voyager size. He's heavy, he's dense, he's got loads of extra engineering. He is probably, it's a battle between him and Ultra Magnus for who is the most posable commander. In terms of accessories, I think he has the absolute most. Jetfire had a lot. This guy has a sword, a matrix, a folding gun, a big cannon, a trailer, 2 smoke effect parts, a matrix effect part,
well,
a separate compartment for all of the accessories, and the Omega Supreme blast effects again. Posing, he has posable hands, he's got double jointed limbs all over the place, he's got the absolute most useless butterfly joints anyone has ever seen. This is still a very, very nice figure. This was my first commander, so I am a little bit biased.
I haven't known this figure and I don't know what happened when it came out, but I feel like as someone who comes after it, it's worth it. He's very dense, he's got good plastic quality, and the paint applications on him are great.
The argument at the time was, oh, the commander classes are huge.
They don't need to be anymore.
They don't need to be anymore, and comparatively, this feels more like a stepping point where they were just like, right, is this going to work? This guy was not really an omen of stuff to come. It did seem it from the following year. We'll look at him in a minute. I like him, overall.
I can agree.
Yeah.
He's feature packed. He's smaller, articulated, and feature packed, and I can get along with that. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually snack us on a crisp.
Oh, your snack-a-thon's a crispin'!
Tomato and basil.
Oh. Good
Okay.
Transformers Legacy, Commander Class, Motormaster.
Yeah,
Having
that's
already enveloped his posse.
What is the commander class here? Is it Menasor or Motormaster?
The Commander Class in itself is Motormaster. So, the main argument I have for this guy not being worth it is that he is a very incomplete package in itself without buying another £90 worth of toys. With all of the other parts taken off, that is what you're left with. A very hollow, very gappy, very spindly, very skinny guy.
It's entirely obvious that something is missing from this guy. In the big man form, you can tell there's something wrong. We'll obviously get into the smaller mode, and that's where I feel like it could be a bit better. But if you don't plan on buying the other little fellas, I don't really see the point.
Especially considering the overall quality of the individual bot. In his whole form, I love this. I love combiners. I love combiners. They are one of my favorite things in the Transformers franchise. And in my opinion, this is the best Hasbro combiner there has ever been.
But why is that?
Because you have a really good inner frame, but you add the extra deluxes to it,
Exactly.
which gives him all of this solidity. I'm just going to hold this arm so you can't see it going on its own. But all of this solidity is thanks to it being a commander class.
I haven't had as much experience with this, but
Yeah. Oh, and that's it. Quite
tacked
frankly.
on.
That is literally the front half of the trailer. It is just a part that they couldn't figure out how to put into the combine mode. And that's a bit disappointing, but
I do just want to say, I don't mind parts forming, but at £90, I can't justify that, I don't think.
yeah, no. And of course, there
That'd be
is
very nice.
the Toy Colors box set version, but it's not a commander at that point.
Yeah, exactly. When you pay £209.99, is it a commander or is it a Titan?
Yes, precisely.
Sorry.
He's better than your lizard.
I don't know. No. He's very good.
He is excessively good. Transformers Legacy Evolution Commander Class Armada Universe Optimus Prime. This, in my opinion, this is where it clicked for Hasbro. The balance between size, stability, features that you get in a commander, but this thing is just such a brute force attack of good.
And toy, I must
Yes.
say. It just feels...
All of the little features that he has, all the ratchets, the posability, he doesn't come with as many accessories. Literally, as a whole piece, this is the most satisfying Optimus Prime I think I have ever owned.
I can
And I have
agree.
owned a lot of Optimus Primes.
Good backpack.
Good backpack, even though he has quite the arse. You know that this is good when we are running out of things to talk about, because all we can say is it's good and we can't point out any flaws in this mode.
My combined mode's right shoulder doesn't have a ratchet. It's smooth. I don't know if there's something I need to tighten. I'm bothered because it's not that big of a deal. It still goes up and can hold. It just doesn't hold as nicely because you can just tap it and it'll go down.
Yeah, that is kind of an issue with ratchets. If you get a faulty ratchet, it is so much looser than just a loose friction joint.
Yeah.
It's what my problem with 86 Sludge is, although I've fixed him.
Joint
Thanks. Yes, joint cut. By Kiki's. The real sponsor of the... No, I'm not sponsored. This is one where you will notice a bit of a difference. I love this thing. Transformers Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra Magnus, because I love Ultra Magnus. Between him and Optimus, it is a constant battle to be my favorite character, because I am a simp for big blue, red, and white men.
This is very, very nice. There's less... You can tell it's 86. Now,
There is literally one visual issue that I have with this guy, and that is just that gap there. in the
Yeah.
back. And it's not that egregious. All of the engineering for this guy, the transformation is immense. There's no core bot, as there shouldn't be for this kind of Magnus. I love these types of ratchets.
They're soft springy, aren't they? They're
Yeah.
actual sprung. Ooh. friction.
That is an issue. I need to tighten that back up. I've tightened it
Don't
up
like
before.
that.
Yeah, the friction joints in the shoulders are an issue. The fact that they wanted to get a killing him gimmick in there meant that they had to sacrifice the shoulder articulation.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I'm pretty sure they otherwise would have been a ratcheted shoulder going out, but no, they're just this very small joint, and because of that, especially with guns in hand, you just can't support the outward movement.
I feel like this guy sacrifices fun for accuracy. 86 does that. That's fine. That's Studio Series.
He doesn't have play features like a lot of other stuff. If this was a mainline Magnus, he'd have a core bot, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like he's doing the 86. He honestly could pass as a masterpiece figure.
This, just as much as Armada Prime, works for the Commander price point. This is the same year as Armada Prime. So I think this is at the same time as when they figured out exactly what the Commander class should be. But it's just on your personal preference whether you want to sacrifice that extra playability and that extra size for brilliant engineering and hyper accuracy from every direction.
But are they only going to do 86? Because
See,
looking towards the future, we know, or we hope, that there should be an 86 Prime
Yes,
sometime
which-
soon. 14th of July,
yes.
hopefully.
And this video is coming out on, I think the 28th of July. So
So, is there Commander Prime?
Come on, we won't know. We're in the past.
Come on.
It's the 15th of June? It's the 15th of June. Tell
14th.
us. Is it? 15th.
A month yesterday.
A month yesterday. Come on. Tell us. We won't know. We're stuck here. This is a time capsule. Help me. Help.
Even our sound
me.
guy wants help. Come
Come
on.
on, sound guy. Project. Say it.
Help!
Yeah.
Bill and Ted are going to turn up in the corner. There's a Commander Prime.
Whoa. just sits down and he's like, he has great legs still.
No.
Transformers Legacy United Commander Class Magmatron. Do you want to start us off since this is your toy?
The fact that you put him down on the table and I started smiling shows how much I like this guy.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I wanted him at first.
Yeah, I was there when he bought it. It took a lot of convincing. I was sitting there being like, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. He was going to pass on this for Origins Wheeljack.
Yeah, only because I was money conscious and I was like, do I need it? Do I not? I bought it.
Origins Wheeljack.
It's way worse than this guy.
Yes.
We sat in the car after going to In Demand and buying this guy, and I was kind of on the fence because I hadn't played with them. Took him home, and as I cycled him through the modes and kind of played with him more and experienced the play features, I love him. He's great.
Yeah, I have not had a chance to actually play with this guy properly yet.
First impressions, man.
First impressions. I like this. I'm definitely getting one as soon as I can at TF Nation. Like, he is on my list. I've seen so much good, and also a community poll decided that I was going to buy one whether I wanted it or not. This is quite kibbly. This has got some hollow parts, this has got quite a big chunking backpack, but as far as beast formers go, this is gorgeous.
What have you done? You're just getting them all to sing.
Yeah. He's a quartet now.
He is.
He's a freestanding quartet.
So there are a lot of hollow pieces, like the Seasauce's neck is very hollow. You can obviously pose it, so it's not as hollow, but...
Yeah, that is an issue.
Also, I don't like the hip skirt.
Oh yeah, no, that is a bit of an issue. That outward hollowness is, I can see why it nearly put you off of buying the figure.
The outward hollowness almost put me off, but looking over it, you can appreciate this a lot more. I'm sure DNA Design will probably sort something out.
Yeah, they'll probably include a load of other shit so they can boost the price and make it almost the whole price of the figure. But you're going to buy it because you're a simp.
Maybe. If they give me a non-flexible sword...
It is probably the worst flexible sword I've ever seen. This has perturbed so many people that I know.
It's annoying and it's not great.
Yeah.
I kind of just live with it.
Oh, hello. Oh my god.
What?
Oh, shooting pain in my legs.
Nice. You just sit there smiling. You're Mr. Funny Socks. Help, he's ripping off his foot.
Sound guy.
You're just the sound guy. You don't have a name. Screw you for saying the name. You're just sound guy. Well, I'll censor it for you. It's fine. I'll censor your fist as well.
Overall, the robot mode on this guy is fairly good. I am a bit biased. There are issues, hollowness, I will say. I have done a review on this, more in depth, so if you want to know, go watch it. It's the only thing on my channel as of yet.
Yes. Hopefully there will be something out before this. I hope.
Hopefully.
Right, let's transform them. Right, so these are kind of the secondary modes, kinda. This is Jetfire's primary mode. This is Skylynx's secondary mode. This is Rodimus's only mode because he's boring. This is, Motormaster as himself. This is Armada Prime without stuff. This is Ultra Magnus but dead. And that is an
Kaiju.
orgy.
Kaiju.
Orgy.
Kaiju.
That is an orgy.
Yeah, it's an orgy.
Right. Let's do it!
Ah, hello, sheep.
Earthrise Skylynx in under 60 seconds. Let's go. You can tell when I've had too much exposure to somebody when I can sound exactly like them.
Yeah.
Right. Siege Jetfire. Bits, but we don't care anymore. These are all of the extra accessories that were attached to him previously. But now we've just got the two guns as an individual one. And we've got him in his base form, which is how he appeared in the cartoon rather than the toy-style version. I really like this mode. I like this and the toy style version equally. He feels a lot less encumbered by his other stuff. Like the hollowness, despite the hollowness still being there, the lack of weight is kind of a little bit more evident and it feels a little bit more uniform. The only issue I have with this mode, the fact that the hand port isn't the tightest because of the gimmick with the hands. This mode is what sells me the most on this figure.
I just display my Shattered Glass Jetfire like that. I displayed this one like this as well because I really do like the G1 design.
This being such a full-featured commander, being unencumbered by that extra accessories, as nice as they are, having the old switcheroo gimmick, which I am very careful because I've got quite long fingernails, but turn him into a Decepticon, that really nice light piping, everything is lovely. He's lovely. But this is where the normal stuff ends for a little while. Because Earthrise Sky and Earthrise Lynx. It's just weird.
He looks like a little Regency era man wearing tights. He's proud of it as well.
He looks like a normal bird that's been skinned and is wearing a space shuttle and a skirt.
It's just ridiculous. I don't really understand it. Oh my god, he's got ratcheting legs.
Oh yeah, and they're tighter than the robot mode ratchets.
Yeah.
Or like the combined mode ratchets. Between the two of them, the Lynx is better, just because he is the bulk of the robot body.
Yeah, he's definitely the bulk. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, he can unhinge his jaw like some form of snake, yeah. There isn't much to do with these guys. This is not much different at all than the combined mode, other than this guy has a slightly loose head, and this guy has some overly tight legs. This guy has no difference, so we're not going to talk about it. The stupidest, worst base mode I have ever seen, and a base robot mode that unfortunately probably would not pass as a Voyager, because he's just so under-engineered, unfortunately, and he's not heavy like commanders tend to be either. I tightened the hips up going out because there was just no actual ratchet to them, and once again, loose ratchet joints means no tightness. If they don't click, the sword is too big for him now, his head only swivels, it's just got some issues. And like I say, the base mode is worthless.
He doesn't even feel like he's nice looking, but he does not feel right.
That's my biggest issue. You see what I mean about it not passing for a Voyager?
Yeah.
All of the stops were gone into making him into a very, very good big lad, and he is. But that just leaves this as an underwhelming package.
How does he even get to the gun? Okay.
Now, Armada Prime does have a decent base mode. I don't care about the base mode, but what I do care about is an exceptionally good base robot mode. This is, apart from the lack in posability, this is as good as Rodimus in his base robot, which is also why I think that this sells itself as such a good set, because there isn't a bad mode. The base robot, the only issue with the base robot is like no waist swivel, and if you've had him in combined mode for a while, like this doesn't like to tab in, I find.
He's very good, to be honest with you, and I remember playing with this one quite a bit. Oh, that's why I was like, that can't be the next one.
This is a very interesting third mode. Basically, if you've seen the 86 movie, which I'm assuming you have if you're watching this video, you know exactly what this is. And it was an interesting feature that I have never once actually used for anything beyond putting it in a video. But it's still a feature nonetheless. And you can dismember him, you can rip his arms and legs off, and they come on little combiner ports, and it's hard to get the legs off without popping them off the mushroom pegs. But beyond that, it's pretty good. And now we get to
the best one.
The one that I probably have to censor on YouTube so I don't get demonetized. Not that I'm monetized in the first place. I might be by the time this comes out. Come on guys, get me to 1K. If we hit 1K before the beginning of August, then we're going to be going to TF Nation, me with a shirt with my name on it, and him with a shirt with his face on it.
Did I agree to that?
Yes, you did.
How drunk did you get me?
You were completely sober.
Fine, I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny.
See, we're shaking on it. We're shaking on it, people.
Video
we're
proof.
Shaking. Video proof.
He's paying for
Come
the
on,
shares.
get in here. Get in here,
Sound guy, come on.
Come on, come on. Get in.
Shake the hand.
Shake the hand. There we go.
Thank you.
Sound guy's in on it too.
I felt like I thought you would say, get to 1K, like, you guys were just gonna kiss or something. Like, looking desperately into each other's eyes. I was like, what am I saying?
Nice
I'll
one.
make sure I get the slow cheese and lips
Oh,
alive.
God.
Anyway, do you want to talk about your boy?
It's obviously not. Well, it's from the show, so
It is from the
works.
show.
It's nice.
But
It's just ridiculous. What is this guy doing? Why is he sitting there just taking it all in?
because he's taking it all in.
But it's just
I've seen
stupid. Give me your mouth.
Oh no, you've made it worse. No, close him back up. He can't enjoy it.
But it's ridiculous. It's not exactly the most posable. It's from the show though, so
It is that.
Accurate.
It is definitely that.
I feel like you've got more comments to say.
This thing is the most ridiculous mode, I think, out of any of them. More ridiculous than Skylynx existing. But, is it good? Kinda. Ignoring the fact that the entire central section has no real connections and stuff. But yeah, this is like gappy and hollow and all this, that and the other. But it weirdly does hold together well. I think it holds together just as well, if not better, than Skylynx's 2 molds hold together.
Mm.
So yeah, it is very good, but it's just odd. It's just this anomaly.
Yeah.
Now kiss. And here we have the vehicle modes.
Vehicle mode.
Yes. This is a car, motherfucker. Plane! I love this. I love Jetfires. I can't call it a jet. It's too big and bulky to be a jet.
It's a weird carrier of some kind.
Yeah. It is gappy underneath. The actual bulk of it, I absolutely adore. It's just so chunkin' and huge and everything holds together nicely.
It feels like a good representation of what it should be, and I quite like it.
But yeah, this is just nice. It's got landing gear, it's got things where other figures can hang on to it. It's
Or glider.
very, very full-featured. That is stupid. That is very stupid.
No, it's magnificent.
It's stupid as a whole, but the shuttle is amazing.
It's very nice. I feel like I've got some kind of NASA toy. It doesn't feel.
I'm pretty
like a
sure it is
toy.
NASA licensed.
Oh yeah, definitely by this logo. I just feel like I've got a shuttle that isn't some little man.
Honestly, I think that this is the best base mode ever.
Yeah.
Beyond a really good shuttle and a good base mode, carrier mode is kind of crap, and that detracts a little bit from it. And also the base mode doesn't feel great. This is how I display this guy. I really, really like the Space Winnebago.
Really?
It did have issues when I first got it. It was a quite common issue that this would stay like that, just wouldn't tab in all the way. And what you have to do is you have to open up the side of the trailer and you have to get to these parts and unscrew them, shave off a little bit of excess plastic, and then once you do that, it tabs together nicely. Beyond that, this Space Winnebago mode has a few issues. The fact that this has to get cut in half so it can let through the spoiler.
Yeah.
But it does look nice. It looks nice, it feels nice.
Good old black smoke.
Good old black smoke. It's a diesel.
I feel like, I know the alt mode is the trailer plus that, but I feel like the sports car on its own, it's proportionally wrong.
Yeah, it's wonky. It is a wonky little thing.
But when you put it in the trailer, it works.
It does work.
It works. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's not too bad. It's getting better.
Yeah. Now, this has issues. I like it. I like the
too.
base cab,
Yeah.
but it is very much a panel former. The whole top and the back
Oh.
sections are just little thin panels, and
Oh,
it is
yeah.
very light. It doesn't feel the nicest,
Front-
much like,
It's front heavy, I feel.
yeah, much like the trailer. The trailer looks nice as a whole, but
Oh,
these wheels, it takes nothing to untab them because the tabs are these tiny, tiny little posts. This is the weakest mode for Motormaster, which is a shame. You can really see that the combined mode got the proper treatment.
Which is good, but when you've got
Yeah,
the full
it-
combiner.
it doesn't feel as much like it justifies itself as an individual set.
Yeah.
This next one,
Yeah.
it's the original but new. It is very, very goofy, very silly, very, very... I'll get that.
Get in
There we
there.
go. It's silly and it's stupid, but I love it. As a whole, this trailer is big and meaty.
I feel like, yeah, you either go two ways with the trailer. You either go Rodimus, where it opens up and it's like a battle station kind of thing.
Which is probably what 86 Optimus will do.
Exactly.
We'll see.
Or
We'll see. Future. The future. The future.
or a combined leg thing that is just a big block of plastic that doesn't do anything aside from that. It depends how good the mode it caters to is.
The
This
quality of the
justifies, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This justifies.
Speaking of Commander Prime that's in front of us, this mini truck is just so spot on to what you should be. All of this set, this is the first time when nothing feels compromised. Plastic quality and the actual build, the way that everything holds together in this mode, the lack of excess is what carries it.
Yeah, definitely.
But do I think that this is the best vehicle mode? No, because the next one exists.
Yeah, but you're just biased.
I'm not biased. This is a great truck mode.
I think it's good, apart from the cab.
Really? You don't like the cab?
No, I do, but I don't. I don't know how to feel. The cab is just big panelly, like, it's very thin.
It's always going to be like that
It's
for an
for the
Ultra
look.
Magnus.
Yeah.
Ultra Magnus is always going to have a panelly cab if it's one where it just comes apart. Combiner Wars did this, where it was just the Ultra Magnus set, and the cab stayed as a whole, and because of that he had this big non-posable body chunk. I love the car carrier mode, the struts, the way that everything holds itself together. This thing is the most engineered for the transformation. I think it's gotten away with that because of the lack of extra bells and whistles. This holds itself together very nicely. I love the look of the truck mode and the actual trailer itself. The fact that the trailer can open. It's a car carrier that can fit deluxe cars. What more do you want from it? And it does it really well, while also being that gorgeous robot mode that you saw earlier.
Oh, this time again.
This time again.
Give me
Such a
Seasaurus,
rock. He is literally like a rock.
a pebble, Landsaurus, and Birdman.
Birdman. It's Michael Keaton in the movie Birdman.
These modes are good, in my opinion. Very, very good. They're the first Beast Former commander.
Yeah.
And to me, I feel like they do it very, very well. The skin texture on all of them, like the scales and the texture of them, are very good. Once again, you do have the hollow issues.
Yeah, you've got the hollowness on the back of his neck. You've got the hollowness on the underside of his neck.
Which isn't helpful. And lack of mouth articulation on this one is such a shame because, very nicely painted teeth.
Generally the rest of the head as well.
Exactly.
Like, you can't really look up and down with him, which I think is quite essential for a Beast Former.
You can look up, but,
it
the
breaks
sculpt.
the sculpt horrendously badly. Like, there's a lot to love here. There's also a lot to grapple with concern for.
Exactly, and when I think about that, I kind of have to remind myself that this does go into a big commander class man. They wouldn't have been able to do this at a cheaper price point.
No, I think this and Armada Prime were the first ones where it had to be that price point. Because, like, just going off of the basis of it, this is very good. It's got issues in this mode, but the other modes show the accountability for it.
Yeah.
Beyond all of that argument, it's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. But as a whole, having every single commander class in front of us, which one takes the approach of commander? At which point did the commander class really peak? It was here. This is where commander class with Armada Optimus and Studio Series Magnus, it found its footing. It got past its rocky start of trying to figure out how they do it for a combiner, or trying to downscale it to a figure that would only suit the commander class, but cause controversy because it is a very different thing. Or be a cryptid to any kind of capacity from just being a large man.
It starts off rocky, as you say.
Yeah, there's a progressive increase in quality.
Yeah.
Decrease in size, of course, but yeah, the engineering from this point onwards. This is really well engineered, this is really well engineered. These two are under-engineered. These two were kind of a rocky transitional point. And then with Armada Prime, you really see that increase. Can I say it's my favorite? I know that I like this just for the sheer quality. I think this is objectively the best commander class. I don't know that it's my favorite. I still really like 86 Magnus because of my personal preferences. I really like Jetfire because he is just this huge mass. And Lynx, it might just be recency bias because I got him quite literally a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But this is nice.
I personally think recency bias, maybe. But Jetfire is at the bottom of the list because he's hollow. It's the first one.
Yeah. And you have the one that suffers from a little bit of mold degradation.
Exactly. Armada Prime, he's good. He's very, very good, and he is what the commander class should be because the plastic quality is great, the engineering is great, painting, posability, and it's a combined mode. There's a lot of features packed into it, and it does feel like a proper toy. Magmatron, though, definitely. I just feel like the beast modes, I take to them more.
That one is very, very fun focused. That is a toy that you could give to a kid to entertain or an adult collector to display. Right from the get-go with this, right down to even Motormaster, all of them have been worth the price for what they're offering.
Exactly. It's a very grey kind of conversation because Jetfire has a lot that comes with him, and there's a lot of robot there to have fun with. But the latest, Magmatron, it's very high quality, very nicely painted, but there's not as much in the box. I think you have to consider your own feelings into account when buying one. If you like the character or the design, you might as well go for it, because it's safe to say the money you spend is likely worth it. If you know you can afford it, I'd say go for it.
Definitely. Right. I think that's everything.
I think so too.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yep.
We have appreciated it. Please, if you don't mind, like, comment, subscribe. Give me a little bit of a boost. Make sure he's wearing a t-shirt with his face on it.
Yeah, give me a little bit of a boost as well on my channel with one video.
Go over to him.
Yeah,
in the,
one video at the moment.
In the description, yeah.
I will be.
Sound Guy, I'll probably link Sound Guy's Twitch. Good?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Sound Guy's Twitch.
Sound Guy's Twitch. Yeah, we got to give a round of applause to Sound Guy for sitting with us for so long.
Yeah, thank you. It's only been how long? What, like 2 hours and 49 minutes and 54 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell that this video is not going to be that long.
It is not going to be that long. I'm going to edit the hell out of this, and I'm going to do a lot of time lapses.
Yeah.
But thank you for bearing with us this whole time. Thank you. Please join the conversation. Tell us which one you think is the best. Tell us which one you think is the worst. Tell us if you think that the £90 justifies any last one of these, because they are, in fact, all action figures on the planet Earth, and £90 is like a week's food, but still.
Go and watch my review on this. If you're on the fence about a commander, I'm sure MrLoubat will have a lot of videos on these.
Oh, yeah. I've already got Jetfire up. I've already got Armada Prime up. I've had Ultra Magnus up when I got it.
Yep.
The only 3 that I haven't done for myself, well, the only 4, I don't have him yet. These ones, I honestly want to have videos on them out by the end of the year, at least by mid next year, or at the latest.
And those will do a deeper dive.
Those will go in more intensely than we have here. But as a discussion, I think this has come out pretty well.
Is the commander class worth it? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unapologetically, unarguably, yes. But yeah, thank you for stopping by, and I'm certain that we'll see some of you at TF Nation.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Stop us, please.
Yeah, stop us. Say hi. It'll be a real boost to our egos.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll look good in front of our mates.
One video.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Fade out.
Hell yeah.
Actually, no, we should just get up and walk away.
Yeah. And then we can boogie across the camera.